Welcome back to another video. I'm 𝐁𝐔𝐈𝐋𝐃𝐒. This one is on the best level 37 build. Technically, I shouldn't really call it the best because this is more on personal opinions, what stats you want to build on, and so on and so forth. But let's get started with this. These are the stats of my build. Now, as you can see, the health is not super great, but the armor and the evasion are both really good. So that's why the health takes a hit. Next, we have the attack. This is technically the max attack, minus 6 points. Literally, that is only the difference between this build and the max attack build. So this is 4430, but you can actually have 4436. 6 points on your attack is not going to make a difference on the damage that you do. Then you have your armor, which is just below the 4000 mark. It is super easy to get this up to 4000, however. Then you've got your crit, which is excellent, and then your evasion, again above 4000, and then an excellent haste. And I will show you the build that I'm using to get these stats. Let's go with the weapon first. We have the Sun Fury Devastating Blade of the Keeper. This is the attack variant of the Sun Fury, and in order to get this, you need to have this weapon first, and I will be showing you how I got all of my items for this build. So anyways, this is definitely the best with the amazing attack. However, some people struggle to get the Sun Fury because it takes so freaking long to get. So if you just don't want to waste your time going for the Sun Fury, you have other options. First, you have this one right here. Now, I've bumped this, right? It cost me a lot of gold. I'm now below 15,000 or 15 million to do this. This is another really good option. As you can see, the attack and the haste takes a hit, but you have good crit and good health. Another option is the Cosmic Cutter. As you can see, it does take a hit in all of the departments except for haste, but the attack is higher than the Mel thing, the other one. For the armor, I'm going with the Lotus Defender armor, and this is overall the best armor right now as it has excellent attack and everything else compared to this one right here. Takes a hit in all three of those departments, but gives you better crit and better health. So this is still the better option. When you are crafting this, however, make sure you are level 37 before you craft it. Otherwise, you're going to make a mistake. I crafted this when I was at level 36, so it gave me the level 35 version, and as you can see, it is substantially worse than this one. For the helm, I'm using the hollowed champion crown. Now, there are other options you can use, and I will use one as an example. This one right here, if you're wanting more health and armor, this is definitely a good choice to use for that. For the shoulders, there's only one that is the best shoulders in the game currently, and that is the Corrupted Fiend Pauldrons. Now, this has the best attack, best health, best armor, and best crit. This is the Fiend Hunter belt. This is what I'm using for the belt. You do have another option you can pick instead of this one, but I'm using this one because it has more haste, which I like to have a lot of haste. However, you could use this one right here if you want to have more armor, and I'm going to put this on just to show you what the stats look like with this belt on. This is the best looking stat wise, minus your HP, which is only 3,700. Every other stat, my attack, armor, crit, evasion, and haste, are all over 4,000. So this looks really good, and this is a good build right here. Just by itself, this is a really good build. But like I said, I do like to have that extra haste, which is why I'm using the other one. But it does drop my armor below 4,000. For the cape, you have two options. I go with the Shepherd's Mantle because I really love the crit that it comes with, but you could use this one right here, the Corrupted Fiend Spiked Mantle. This gives you amazing evasion and decent haste. It does take a hit in the crit department, so it's up to you whether you would want to do this and give yourself more evasion and take a loss on the crit. So for the gloves, you're going with the hollowed champion gloves. That is the best one to go for. And then you have the Fiend Hunter boots. Now you do have other options for the boots, but this is the best overall boots and easy to obtain. If you are wanting to go with another helm option, you do have the Golden Valor crown, which gives you 256 attack, 6 more than what I currently have, but you're trading off the armor for the evasion, and this is where I had an issue with it. Even though this is a good option to go with, and definitely if you prefer armor over evasion, then you should definitely go with this. But personally for me, I like being able to dodge attacks, so I prefer having a higher evasion because you don't need the armor if they're not going to hit you. This is what the stats look like with that build on, so you can see everything is really good here, minus my evasion, which is below 4,000. If you want to balance your stats out, just swap to this one instead of this, and then these are what the stats will look like. As you can see, these are now all balanced, so you've got good armor, great evasion actually, great haste, but your crit is taking a hit. So depends on how much you like crit or the armor. This might be another option, but again, all the stats are above 4,000. I already have a video on how to get this weapon, so I'm not going to go into details on how you get this. I'll put a link to that video in the top right corner. You can go and check that out, or just check on my YouTube channel. Next, you have this one right here, Sun Fury. I already have videos on how to get the Sun Fury, so you can just check that up. Once you have the Sun Fury, you would need this to infuse this. I will show you that because I will be going to that location. In fact, I'll go there right now. So in the monastery, you'd be interacting with this, and in here, this is where you'd be crafting the stuff, and then you would have this thing right here. And you can see the difference between the uninfused. Look at the difference right there. So that's the difference between the uninfused Sun Fury Devastating Blade compared to mine, which is infused. To get the Corrupted Fiend Pauldrons, also this would be the same location that you'd be getting the Corrupted Fiend Belt or the Corrupted Fiend Spike things or the Corrupted Fiend Helm. All of these things would be dropped inside of this challenge. As you can see, all of those things are there. Now the pauldrons might take a while to get, but it didn't take me that long to get them, and the other items I mentioned are dropped rather easily. They're pretty common. To get the Fiend Hunter boots and the Fiend Hunter belt, you will be going for this. In here, you've got the belt right here, which you're going to be needing the Worn Fiend Hunter belt and the red Celadon Dew. If you watched my video on how to get this item right here, then you already know where to get the dew, or the fastest place to get the dew. And to get the worn belt, you're going to need to run the thorax, the 5-man thorax challenge, which is in the ruins in the Celadon Forest. And then you've got the boots right here. I actually forget, where do you get those? All right, we got to go to the village, and then we go up this direction, I believe, because I believe up this direction is a lake. Yeah, there it is. So you just be interacting with this person right here, which takes you into a challenge with these hydras and stuff. That's where the boots are dropped in there. Now to get the Cosmic Cutter weapon, you'll be going to Yalgar's Inn, and in here, down in the blacksmithing department, you're going to be finding a quest in here for the Cosmic Cutter. So you'd have to go through the quest line. I do have a video on how to get the Cosmic Cutter, so if that is one of the weapons you want to go for instead of the Sun Fury. So instead of going for this, if you want to just go for the Cosmic Cutter, which is a really nice looking katana, so it's worth going for. Just for the looks alone, it's gorgeous, but yeah, it's in there. In Babylon, you'd be talking to Maximus, because in the Sand Sea capstones in, I believe, yes, it's in here, you're going to find the Shepherd's Mantle. And now we have to jump over to the House of Oddities, head out the door, and head just up here. You're going to be talking to Roland, and in the Defender Crafting, in Lotus Defender, you are going to be scrolling down to find the armor. There it is. Right there, tells you what you need. All of this stuff you can get right here. Now also, I believe in order to access this, you need to be a certain level in the Defender of Babylon stuff. Now, I am maxed rank, however, you might not be, and it might take a while to get to that, but that is definitely something to work for. If you are a Guardian, you can just craft this, and then you can craft these things right here. So it takes 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes you could return here and get more of these. You can also turn these in to get the Defender medals. But it doesn't take very long. I ran one challenge I ran, and I was able to get the Defender medal all within just one run. So it doesn't take very long to get this if you are that rank. If you're not, it's going to take a while to get it. But anyways, it is kind of fun running this challenge. I enjoyed it. To get the hollow stuff, you're going to be jumping to 𝐁𝐔𝐈𝐋𝐃𝐒. In the Valley of the Undying King, you head into the throne room, and you can talk to Lord Sect right here. You're going to be finding all of the hollowed champion stuff right here. And this stuff just looks great. If you talk to Chombi, you're going to be finding your legendary thing. This is where you can get your Sun Fury, or which you're going to be needing for the Sun Fury items. But there we go. I'd like to thank 𝐁𝐔𝐈𝐋𝐃𝐒 and Zyber for their build suggestions. That is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.